Hello to all Cinemaster lovers.
Let's go.
Hope you enjoy watching. Let's get started. The story started with a young man and his fiancée, and what was happening reached its peak. In the summer, they would find their coats and go around with their group, and they started sneaking and banging on the door and entering to hide. Afterwards, they knocked on the door and started barricading it forcefully and covering the gaps with wood so that the water wouldn't get in and flood them. But there was a concern that they would be hit by a tremor, and with the strong wind, the door would fly off its hinges, and he would go to the door and start thinking of a way to fix it and block the way, to seal it, so that it wouldn't be dragged away and leave nothing behind. After that, it seemed he was calling out, but there was no one to answer. He brought in a crocodile and approached it, but there was no way out. In the morning, there would be a bus carrying 5 prisoners to the prison. The storm was still ongoing. The prisoners started yelling at the driver, telling him, "You haven't seen anything yet." Nabil insisted to his friend to stop near their village, especially since he could reach the police station. He told him the driver would get a phone and start checking the weather. He told him there would be a bigger storm than this, and that a flood would hit them. The driver was finally convinced by what he heard and said he would go directly to the village. At that moment, the police station would be flooded. He would be surprised that it stopped so much. But why didn't the deputy go up? He turned with him. He said someone should come to fix this damage for them. But he told her about the storm and that the bus was carrying 5 prisoners who would stay with them. They had to prepare themselves to host them until the transfer from the main prison. Anne Joan asked him to call the bus quickly so she could get out. At the same time, a gang was waiting on the road. Their leader was named Rafe, and his assistant was his friend Eve. It would seem that he had to catch up with the bus and rescue his friend. But when he got to the bus, he would sneak in and find instead of his money that he wanted to collect. Anyway, he would take from someone and keep following him. It would seem he took from him and stole the money he wanted to pay with inside. Only Joe, Marcus, and their police colleagues remained. And we see Marcus carrying out this task for Joe. But when he went down to the storage, he had no idea the crocodiles had entered through the ventilation tunnels. He would be shocked to find the storage filled with water. He would keep searching until he reached the sandbags. At that moment, something would move towards him in the water. Marcus would feel something moving in the water. At that moment, the crocodile attacks him and bites him. Then he would go back to the prison and lock himself in his cell, staying with Stan to guard them. When he went to the office, White would appear and ask who Marcus is. Before he could answer, gunfire would be heard everywhere. The gang would attack them. Joe would move quickly and hide behind the office furniture. He would keep shooting at the gang, but the gang had heavy weapons, so they would storm in and take control. Nabil, Stan, and all the prisoners would hear the gunfire and be surprised. That's why Nabil would approach to see what was happening. As for Rafe, the gang leader, he would tell Joe to surrender. He would ask her who she was and what she wanted. He would be surprised to find Nabil in front of him holding a gun. Quickly, she would make some movements to stop him from acting rashly and attacking them, but he wouldn't listen to her advice and would go after them with his weapon, not knowing they had many guns. Quickly, they would shoot at him. When he moved quickly, he would shoot one of them and shoot him in the eye. After a while, Rafe would threaten Joe and tell her the fight would not be in her favor. He would ask her one last time to surrender and drop her weapon. Then he wouldn't kill anyone if she surrendered. Joe would be convinced and go out to him, throwing her weapon. After that, Rafe would ask her to show them where the prisoners were. Joe would agree and show them, and the whole gang would enter. Stan would see them coming in and point his weapon at them, but Joe asked him to drop his weapon because he couldn't do anything. He wouldn't listen and would keep pointing his gun at them. The gang leader would threaten him and say he would shoot him. He would reconsider and drop his weapon. After a while, they would approach Cody's cell. They would find him ready to be freed and think he was one of the gang. He would ask Joe to unlock the cell so he could get out. At that moment, Joe would do it and unlock the cell. After that, he would ask about the surveillance camera and his words would get his cell opened. After that, Rafe would ask her about the surveillance cameras. She would tell him they were broken because of a short circuit, but Rafe wouldn't believe her. He thought she was lying. That's why he asked Eve to go with her to the camera room to check for herself if there was a short circuit or she was lying. After that, Rafe would lock White and Stan in Cody's cell. At this moment, a big crocodile would appear and come to eat one of the gang members, the gang that gets infected by it, and it will eat him until it finishes him off. As for the storage room, it will be revealed that the whole place is flooded with water, and the camera wires will appear, which are submerged in water and remain short-circuited, and he will see that Marcus is covering them with his jacket. But Eva decided to get closer to many of the wires to make sure of them. But Joe was watching Marcus closely, especially since he saw the wire that fell into the water. He managed to get rid of it, and the storage room will be extended underwater so he can cooperate with Marcus, especially since he saw his storage room collapse and said he would move his manager downstairs so the storage room wouldn't be needed. But still, the storage room will be struck, and he will find his hand. And behind him, he will see that he is getting closer to them. So he will attack them, and they will be scared and worried about being attacked by the crocodile. They will find 2 crocodiles waiting for them, and behind him, another will come out and attack Eve and eat her, and Vanessa will take advantage and escape. Then, one of the crocodiles will follow her and try to attack her, but she will close the door on it until she escapes. At this moment, the sound of gunfire will be heard, but he does not try to contact Eve to check on her. But Rizzo can't reach her because of the storm, but he decides to go to her and check on her himself. He tells her he will ask her to watch the guards and prisoners. On the way, Rafe will see the head of their friend who was in the gang and died. He says he will take revenge, find his weapon, and head out. He says he will reach the storage room and notice that he is about to break in. He tries to calm down and control his nerves, and he says, "Look in front of you." And as she turns, she finds a crocodile coming at her to eat her. Quickly, she will escape with Rafe, and they will return to the prison. After a moment, the crocodiles will be following them underwater, and it will grab Rafe by the leg and try to eat him. Here, Cody will run to him and grab his hand and try to pull him, but he will fail, and the crocodile will drag him away. After that, he will quickly hide, and they will all remain terrified and scared by what they see. In some events, someone will see a weapon underwater. She will try to grab it, but someone will threaten her with a gun. He will open the prisoners' cells so they can attack and finish her off. Indeed, Angela will come out of the cell and strangle her, but Joe will rush to him and smash his head against the cell. She finally manages to get free from him. Soon, Floyd will come out, get angry, and try to hit her, but she will dodge the blows and land a punch on him. At this time, Cody arms himself and threatens them all. He will force the gang to free the police officer from the cell. After that, they will all threaten each other, and they will agree to find a solution to escape from there, especially after Joe told them there are 4 crocodiles inside, and that they are all dangerous. Marcus is still in the storage room, and all this chaos and their friend was with them in the gang. Here, it will be clear that Jim has a lot of experience dealing with crocodiles. He said that he used to work as a crocodile hunter in a park. He told them these crocodiles are very dangerous and violent, and now they are just scared and trying to escape from this. He told them the flood had swept them from their main area where they lived. He said Julie is with him, trying to make a plan to escape from this prison. He said Nady will gather them and told them they have a jet ski. He told them it could be used during the flood to escape. He said Jocks got excited and asked him to bring it. He said the flood is strong, but Nady will be shocked. He said he only has the jet ski. He said Jim will enter and said they will go in and reminded them there are 4 crocodiles. He said they can't escape from them easily. He said they will distract them so they can get to the 2nd floor. At least they can escape the crocodiles and look for a proper way out. He said they agreed on the plan. He said they will tie themselves together with a single rope and tie it to the ventilation opening and start getting out one by one. While they are getting out, they see the crocodiles and they try to open the prison door and attack them. Anyway, everyone gets out and Floyd is the last one. He tries to get out and opens the prison door and a crocodile attacks him. Floyd gets scared and asks Jocks to help him, but Jocks doesn't help him and just holds his hand for a bit, then lets go, because he didn't like him from the start. Floyd falls into the water. A crocodile attacks him and bites his hand off. Then Joe fires his weapon and shoots the crocodile, but it doesn't affect it. Then a second crocodile comes and attacks Floyd and eats him. At that moment, one of the crocodiles tries to reach the ventilation opening and attack them, but White fires his weapon and hits it, killing it. Then his friend pulls him by the leg and drags him into the water and then eats him. They all get scared and quickly go into the ventilation shaft. They crawl a bit and find themselves on the 2nd floor. At this moment, they regroup with Joe and move with the others, almost finished. But I decided to send Joe with Cody to go up to the next floor to get the bullets, and they look for other weapons to defend themselves, and people stay with Angel and Jim alone. At that moment, Angel finds a gun in the training room. Quickly, he gets an idea, and it's clear he wants to do something bad. As for Joe, she will finally reach the next floor, and Joe will keep asking Cody, "How did you get into prison?" He said it wasn't by accident. He said he participated with Rafe in an armed robbery. He said Rafe was the one who killed the police officer, Rafael, in investigating the place where he moves, and at the time he should move, he will start committing to the ventilation openings, and one of them will go out with her to sweep the other floor, and directly he will attack Jocks, and John and Cody will start shooting at him until they kill him. On the 2nd floor, he will throw himself to hear the sound of gunfire, and Angela will take advantage of the opportunity and enter the training room and shake the pistol, and he will point it directly at Stan, and we had to kill him. But Jones will move quickly and try to stop him, and Stan will get shot by Angelo's bullet. But Jane will accidentally hit him in the shoulder, and Angelo will take advantage of his victory and attack Stan. and he will start shooting at him and won't stop until he finishes him off. Then he will approach Jane and shoot her too. This is so that only he remains there and escapes with his jet ski. They will attack him and shoot him from above and trap him on the ceiling and start shooting at them. This is so only he remains there and gives him the jet ski. Then he will collapse on them and they will trap him on the ceiling from above. Joe and Cody will shoot on the ground. At the same moment, one of the iron bars will shoot at Nito and kill him. As for Angelo, he will grab a knife and attack and eat him. They will all be scared and won't know how to deal with him. Najim will try to make a plan and lure him to the woman, but the crocodile will get angry and attack him and eat him. Then the other crocodile will approach Cody and Joe, gather around them, and approach Cody and Joe. We will know who is still alive. He will start shooting the crocodile in all directions and finish it off. He will give the jet ski an escape, but Joe tells them they have only one plan. She asks them to wait a bit and come back. Raffaello and Cody will agree and wait. Joe will take Raffaello's piece and go up to the upper floor. He told the one who stayed that he only has one bullet left. Joe will enter the training room and wait there. She will try to make the crocodiles attack her, and indeed, they will come closer and closer to her. She set a trap for them. She placed 2 gas canisters in front of them. She was just waiting for the right moment to shoot them and blow them up. At that moment, Raffaello will get angry with Cody and ask him to leave Joe and escape with the jet ski. But Cody will refuse and insist on waiting. The same thing, Raffaello will get upset and start fighting with him. They will start hitting each other. They will grab each other and try to drown each other. At this moment, the crocodiles will approach the gas pipes. She will quickly leave the room and shoot them, blowing them up. The fire will ignite everywhere and all the crocodiles will die. As for Raffaello, he will strangle Cody. He will be torn apart by the fire behind him and burn and die. As for Cody, he will survive miraculously because he was underwater. When the morning comes after the storm, Cody will get up and see the sea after they escape by jet ski. He will talk with Joe and ask her if she will turn herself in to the authorities. She will tell him not to worry. She will report to the police that 5 prisoners died after the crocodiles attacked them. Here, Cody will thank her. After that, each of them will go their separate ways. And here the story ends. If you have reached here,